The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of how to find and use cases on Lexis Advance. You can find cases in Lexis Advance by using the search box at the top of the screen. Let's first look at how to find a case using a citation. If you know the citation to the case that you want to access, simply enter your case citation in the search box. Then click on Search or hit Enter, and your case should appear. To search for a case using keywords, you will first want to limit your search parameters. Click on Filters. Under Jurisdiction, select the 10th Circuit and Colorado, and then under Category, select Cases. And then up in the search box, enter your search terms. Let's look for cases that discuss the intentional infliction of emotional distress. Our search returned over 2,000 cases from the 10th Circuit or the state of Colorado dealing with intentional infliction of emotional distress. We'll probably want to further limit our results. We can do that by adding more terms and search within our results. We can further limit by jurisdiction or by court. The timeline allows us to pick a date range. Source allows us to pick a specific court. Let's limit to the Colorado Supreme Court cases from 1864. Now we're down to 30 cases from the Colorado Supreme Court that have discussed intentional infliction of emotional distress. If we wanted to remove a filter, all we would need to do is click on the X. Now that we know how to find a case in Lexis Advance, let's explore what a case looks like. A case in Lexis Advance should look fairly similar to one you would find in a print reporter. The caption is located at the top of the case and includes information on the case citation, the party names, the court, the date it was decided, and the docket number. Below the caption, you will find parallel citations for the case in other reporters. You can learn a lot about a case just by looking at its citation. For example, looking at this citation, the first number refers to the volume, the middle refers to the reporter that the case is located in, and the second number refers to the page that the case is located on. So this case is located on page 275 in volume 763 of the Pacific Reporter, 2nd edition. Under the parallel citation, the full party names are listed. In some cases, you may find a subsequent history and a prior history, as well as the disposition. If you scroll down the page, you will find a list of core terms and the case summary, which provides information on the procedural history, a brief overview of the facts of the case, and the outcome. Next, you will find the Lexisnexis Headnotes. We will not discuss these at length right now, but you should know that they summarize points of law within the case. The number of headnotes will vary depending on the length of the case and the number of legal issues involved. You can jump down to the portion of the case that discusses a particular issue by clicking on the headnote number. Following the headnotes, you will find information on the attorneys and judges in the case. Finally, you will come to the opinion. At the beginning of the opinion, you will find which justices or judges authored the opinion. It is important to note that all of the information before the text of the opinion has been added by editors at Lexis and is intended to help you conduct research. It is not citable primary authority. Throughout the opinion, you will notice bracketed numbers. This is the pagination for the case. The page numbers apply to the text that appears after the bracketed numbers. For example, from the citation to this case, we know that it begins on page 275 of volume 763 of the Pacific Reporter. If I wanted to use this case's definition of the test for outrageous conduct in a brief, I would first find the headnote that discusses that point of law. I would click on the headnote number, which will take me down to that part of the case. I would then look for the nearest bracketed number. The nearest bracketed number is 287, but the information located on page 287 begins after the bracketed number. That is, page 287 begins with the words liable for the independent acts, which means that the information before the bracketed number is on the previous page. So the test for outrageous conduct is located on page 286 of the opinion. The last couple of features to point out about the case in Lexis Advance are the print and save functions, which are located at the top left-hand side. If you're working on a research project and want to be able to easily return to the case, you can save it to a research folder. You can also print, download, or email the case. On the top right-hand side of the case, there is a jump to function which lets you jump to a specific page or section within the case. There is also a brief Shepherd's report. We'll talk about Shepherds at length in another video. That's all for your overview of cases in Lexis Advance.